This is the part that was broken, correct?
Yep.
Let me guess, the first thing you're going to do is check that part.
Yep.
As you may have guessed by the little teaser clip, something went terribly wrong halfway through. Come with us on our journey to clean the floors in our house with our new vacuum.
I think it's time to find out if it actually works.
And by it, you mean
The AZ1002.
2.
So this room doesn't have the hair load that yours does. And this will be a real-time thing of what we like about it. On hard floors, the old vacuum wasn't good at getting dust, which is what I mostly have. And the Duo brush in the front is kind of designed for that. So let's see how well it works at dusting under the bed.
Under the bed. So the 0M looks pretty clean still.
Next room. Of the hair is strained. Not a lot, but it'll be interesting to see if it gets caught up in the wheels or not.
It will not go underneath that piece of furniture. You did not pull the powered lift away off to go underneath the thing. Did it not need that because you were able to reach far enough?
Yeah, it wasn't deep enough. Basically doing it one from one side, one from the other was enough to hit all the way under.
This little section right here is not deep enough to get the vacuum.
Correct.
Would it be better for room-wise, for us to move that forward so that we can get in this little crevice when it is time to vacuum?
That doesn't sound like a question. After 20 years of marriage, I've learned that that is a statement disguised as a wife question telling me that I need to fix something.
You might not be wrong this time, but you know what I mean. If
How's that?
why, yes, it does. Looking pretty good there. put the Shark AZ1002 to the test. Can this clean that?
This came with this only. Now, because we had this from our old pet model, I think it was, that had this adapter, this brush might work on the edges of the blades, but I'll have to find out.
To me, it's not working because the blades spin and you can't get a good angle. And what I'm seeing that I wanted clean is still dirty.
Yeah. Unless they make an adapter that goes on the end of this thing with the little curly thing that's specifically designed to go around a ceiling fan blade, this is just not going to be a good adapter.
Crevice tool.
Now, this will also see how well the stretchy hose works. One thing that we had talked about earlier was comparing the two stretchy hoses. It's probably not a fair comparison. The other one has been pulled and pulled and pulled for a few years. This one's still nice and brand new. It hasn't stretched out.
And by we, I mean he's lifting the top handles out, and as you see, they are against the floor. Wow.
And this one pulled the vacuum towards me faster. But the other one's wheels may have more friction from being older. There's just so many variables, it just wasn't a fair test. Yeah, I'm saying look down.
See, look, he's pulling the thing all the way up, and the wheels and the vacuum's coming up off the floor. Yeah. And we're going to do a lift test with the hose to see.
I just hit the ceiling fan.
And neither one of them lifted. Oh, that one's lifting. It's at the same height, but the one on the right, the AZ1002, lifted up before the NV835. Oh, it just lifted.
Almost a foot taller before it lifted. And this is a mobile home ceiling. Imagine what it would be like in a house trying to pull this thing up to clean out your...
So what you're saying is that this will not work. But what if...
Oh, yeah.
What if we use the powered lift away?
Pretty much that's what I'm going to have to do. And I have a confession to make, because I don't think I've made this confession yet. When this is sitting on the bench and I was talking about the thumb release for the power lift away being just awkward, I wasn't taking into account that when sitting on the floor, your hand is tilted down. So it's actually much more ergonomic and makes a lot more sense. So.
He is holding the powered lift away. Oh, I saw bugs.
Bugs gone.
Yay! We will not be defeated. Now my question is, would it work without the heavy duty? Would it work just with the upholstery tool or not?
I mean, probably some.
Oh no.
Yeah, you see, you pretty much have to hold it, but for using the ceiling fan, I kind of have to hold the blade. That'll give you an idea of how just that brush did.
Bottom line is, the vacuum's not going to work for cleaning the ceiling fans.
Yeah, I mean...
But, guess what will? You will notice here that we did put our original NV835 tool onto our brand new AZ1002.
I'm going to use the crevice tool.
Well, aren't you fancy?
That's hard floor. It does work better on the carpet setting.
That's the length of the cord there. This is after 3 different areas: laundry, kitchen, and dining room. And I don't see anything, do you? Well, I see.
There's that one little piece that's hung down in the wire, in the metal wire down there, but it's not on the roll itself.
Is this the teeth?
Those are the teeth that do the cleaning.
All right, so we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas, and that is how much. And where's the max line?
All the way up here.
The max line is all the way up there. So we have plenty.
And there is some of your long hair in there, which means that it didn't get caught in the wheels.
Yay. What do I hear? I heard something. Is it that paper? No, the
Cover popped up.
we're having an issue with the vacuum. the AZ1002 Duoclean cover popped up while he was using it.
And you can see it's just not popping out. Where the other one looks like this one's DOA from the factory.
How many rooms have we cleaned?
What,
Not
5?
many.
So it looks like we'll be taking a trip to the Kohls.
Means I have to get dressed. So it's up here on the front. On the side it's like there, but that's just total of what has been done.
Through all 5 or 6 rooms.
Well, here's what the filter looked like. Yeah, son of a biscuit.
As is.
All right, so we just got back from Kohl's and we have a new one. Bye-bye, Kohl's.
Oh, that thing's a little heavy when you got to carry it all the way through the store.
Twice?
Twice. At a very brisk walking pace. Because you don't want to hold up the line and be that guy.
The second box. Let's put it together real quick. This is the part that was broken, correct?
Yep.
Let me guess, the first thing you're going to do is check that part.
Yep.
This.
Yep.
This.
That was stuck in on the other one. It wouldn't pop back out. So far, so good.
Okay. It's like he's a pro at this.
Once you've done it once, it becomes just a little bit easier. Remove before use.
Wrong way.
Just testing you. Huh.
What?
Pressed here for powered lift away. But, does that say remove before use? If you need to add this sticker in the first place, maybe you should have just printed it on the button. There we go.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I lied earlier by accident or not. Basically, when you look at these two brushes, they're darn near identical. This is the one that came with our old unit, and then this is the new one that came with the AZ1002. This one had the extra brush adapter, and I may have made a comment that they were interchangeable, but you'll notice this has an extra piece that allows this to click into place. So this brush adapter does not fit the new one. So you can use this if you have an old one as a complete unit, but you can't just pull this off and click it onto the new one. I may have misled that earlier. I can't remember exactly what I said.
Okay. It's scary, but it's actually not as scary as I thought it would be.
Well, that's just because you can't see all the hair at the angle you're at. So it may be able to handle hair, but a paper straw kind of got hung up. Hump of your hair. Let's go ahead and pull that out. But everything else,
it has no hair.
Hair free.
Hair free. Now that was not a tremendous amount of hair, but this.
Yeah, this I'll just see.
There's my missing sock. And some potato chips. As you see, the basin, not very sturdy. Just, I was right here and it fell over while I was doing this part right here. I do not like the hose on this one at all. I'm going to put this wand back inside here, and it won't even stay there long enough for me to get it in. I pretty much have to hold it with my foot, and it makes a liar out of me. I literally did this. Well, there, you see, it doesn't have very much before it starts rolling, and then if you don't stop it, it falls over, either backwards or forwards. Absolutely no hair, and I say that, but
So it kind of wraps around that as it's sucking. So it's not the brush itself, it's the metal wires. With a little bit getting caught on the wires, but we plucked it out and it sucked it back up, and none of it got onto the beater brush. So far, the 0M piece is working as designed. brush, hair free, wires,
Hair free.
hair free.
Is the dust hair combination from that little spot and from
The bathroom.
the bathroom. All right, so let's see if this vacuum can tackle this room. Now, I can assure you that this floor is very dirty. How do I know? I have not vacuumed it in over a month, probably 2 months. And,
I'm lazy.
would you like to say that again?
I was just coughing.
Just the floor that's exposed. It has nothing to do with the floor that is underneath the bed or underneath the furniture or anything.
So that's about as much as we got out of your bathroom
Yep.
and that one spot. One problem I was noticing with this that we just did is that with the unit sitting on the floor and me using it to kind of go way up under the bed, even putting the main unit close to the bed, as I was really stretching it, that cord is so short and tight still that it kept pulling the vacuum kept falling over. So that was one problem that I was noticing. One thing we haven't done is check to see if this one will still fit our caddy that we got with our first unit. So if so, that would have made this a lot easier since it couldn't have fallen all the way over.
Fell over.
Basically turns the upright into a wheeled, what they call them, canister backs back in the days.
Yes.
So now, in theory, the Shark upright piece will just go right on here. Now,
We don't know.
our last two, it worked. I think I tried the last two. We have not tried it with the new Apex. So, let's see. I'm gonna say that's a big fat no.
He's going to try to get out of moving the furniture by trying to use it in this mode under the furniture.
I mean, this thing is like heavy. Okay, actually, it's not heavy at all in the felt, but still, I'm gonna man whine.
It's time for you guys to learn about if you give a mouse a cookie. While we've got this out, do you think maybe you should cut
Nope.
the...
Nope.
Do you think
Nope.
you should...
See, I've learned that mouse gonna freaking starve.
Look,
Mouse ain't getting no dang cookie. I've learned how this works. Mouse ain't getting no dang cookie.
Just.
Nope. No.
Please cut it off.
Give a man a problem, he'll find a workaround.
You said that it's not that heavy with the felt on, so I might give it a try.
See? Told you it wasn't that heavy. Now you won't need me to move it ever again. From now on, you can do it.
Just because a woman can do something doesn't mean she should have to.
Now you see why I added felt to the bottom of them, right?
Actually, this one is not as bad. You know.
It's because it doesn't have that third foot in the middle of it to make it.
I mean,
So I think it probably gets swept under more often.
oh, that's true. I think this one's heavier than our old one. This one's heavier than... I'm not thinking fourth dimensionally. No, it's not under furniture. I don't need to hold it.
Yeah. Nope.
I mean, really, that hose is a son of a biscuit.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the new hose.
And by not a fan, you mean you... Go ahead.
I hate it. And again, like I said, maybe it'll stretch out. Maybe it'll get better in time.
Oh, but you know what we've not done yet? Finished. Oh.
So, bedroom and bedroom alone. That's how much there was.
Which really is less than I thought. All right, what I would like to see now is the filter. First one, the filter did get really dirty. So maybe there was something wrong altogether with that vacuum. What about the 0M and Duo brush technology? What do we think?
Can't believe that they actually got this to work. Now, again, I've heard from other reviews that if you completely just basically run over a St. Bernard by accident, but just average use in the actual house, not being done in a month or two in this room, I was unable under normal conditions to clog up the beater brush. And she's a heavy shedder.
He does not lie here. Wait, let me say it. He's right. Don't even have to touch it.
Nothing wrapped around here. As you can see, yeah, I dumped it out. And there's still some dust in there. The Dyson was kind of the same way. What I like about the Shark over the Dyson is this thing, pop a lid, I've got access to everything. I can hose this thing down with a water hose. I can clean it up. There's no real areas that I found that I can't easily clean that get dusty and smelly.
In a minute, we'll tell you 3 things we love and what we hate, even though I think you already know what we hate.
The first unit that we bought was actually broken. And based on what I saw, it was probably broken from the factory, just hadn't quite failed yet. So I don't really consider that a knock, because every product out there you buy, you can occasionally get one that winds up being broken.
A lemon.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. So the second one when we got, that button, I have worked the ever-living mess out of it, rock solid, just like the first 2 units that we've purchased. So that one, I'm not going to knock off any liking. And because of the coronavirus, we basically walked in first. We asked, "Hey, can we return it?" We got a good deal, so we wanted to make sure we could easy swap because now this thing's back to regular price there,
which is
$4.99.
$4.99, and let me just tell you, $4.99.
I wouldn't have paid $4.99 for it.
What did we love about this vacuum? And does it work as advertised? The 0M technology works very well. We kept looking back at the Vita brush to make sure that there were no hair in it. And if there was a little bit of hair, we just plucked it right out, sucked it up, and we didn't have it.
And that hair was in the metal wires, not the brush itself. The actual brush itself actually did stay clean through the entire house.
That's thing number one. 0M. Love it. It was worth what we paid. Can't remember exactly what we paid, but it was worth what we paid for that alone. That feature alone, this vacuum's worth it.
Back, I'm going to interrupt. My three favorite things, 0M, 0M, 0M. All the rest of them I don't care about. That one thing made me happy to waste $350, give or take, on a brand new vacuum to know that I'll never have to clean out that brush roll again.
The second thing, Duoclean brush. It gets up all the dust.
Yeah, if you've got hardwood floors instead of carpets, you need a Duoclean.
Okay? It also does a really great job of like cleaning up against edges and baseboards, and I mean, like, it does a great job. I actually have 4 things I love, but the other 2 were on our original vacuum. The powered lift away, and that's just because we can get all the dust bunnies and hair, 0M and Duoclean, under the bed without having to move the bed. And as you see, underneath my bed lives a monster of hair and dust. And the lights. I like the lights that are on the front of it and on the handle. That way you can see what you're vacuuming up, even if you are in a low light situation.
Yeah, when we were cleaning that drop cord, but without that light, you really couldn't see the dust on top of that power strip. But as soon as the light came on the handle, you could see all the dust on the power strip, even as far away as it was with the long extension wand plugged in.
Those are the 4 things that I love about this vacuum. Those are the 4 reasons why I would purchase this vacuum again.
I think we agree on number 1.
Number 1, the number 1 thing that we hate is this darn hose.
It is a different design. It's a skinny little coil twist where the other one had a fatter coil twist. I don't know how much of it is age, with the other one being a few years old and stretched out. Will this one do the same, or did they do this design so that it wouldn't stretch out as much? Maybe some people complain that it stretched too much. I don't know, but...
My biggest problem is because the hose is such an issue, the machine falls over all the time. And our other one did that too, it just was not as bad.
Yeah, there's a little more stretch in that hose, it just seems like.
I'm telling you, if Shark said, "Oh, let me send you another like hose piece," which I don't think you really can.
Yeah, from what we've researched, yeah, because it's built in. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because the handle and the hose is a one-piece assembly, so they would have to send a new handle and a hose.
Yeah, if for some reason they went, "Oh, let's recall this part," and then they sent a new hose and thing, that would, for me. I mean, what if the little old lady is using this vacuum and she gets injured? That would be a problem.
In fact, I dare say, if this hose were more stretchable, 5 stars. But I would actually take off a full star just for the hose, making it so hard to deal with the unit anytime that you're using the wand or just the handle piece by itself. So I actually would deduct a full star just for that hose being so tight.
All right, thing number 2. The tools fall off easily.
It seems like it's a little bit easier than the old one. I don't know if it's because they're lower down, so I'm more likely to hit things with them.
They have fallen off multiple times, as you've seen in the video, either during the video, possibly, but definitely in the outtakes.
Now, and I will say the caveat being that this came from our old vacuum.
No, but this one fell off.
Right. To be honest, did our other ones do it too? I think so. Probably.
Some. The NV835 fit our caddy. Our caddy was the bomb. In fact, it helped with the falling over issue that our other vacuum would occasionally have when we had it off for tool use. We thought, oh, well, we can just put our Apex AZ1002 on the caddy. Went to the basement to get the caddy, brought it up, would not fit.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a new caddy for the old one, for the AZ1000.
But who has room to store?
Yeah, if you've already got an old caddy, you don't want to go buy a new one when you just got through dumping close to $500 on a vacuum. Especially if you already got one.
My 3 loves, 0M, Duoclean, Powered Lift Away, lights. 4 loves. My 4 loves. My 3 hates, the hose, because it causes the vacuum to fall over when you're doing things. The tools falling off, and it not fitting the original caddy.
For me, my 3 loves was all the same thing, the 0M.
The 0M.
Yeah, I like the other things too. If they weren't there, I probably wouldn't have gotten it because we had it with the other one, so I should probably include them. But in theory, really, the 0M is the one thing that sold me. And the hates, the only thing I really hate is the hose.
So he has 1 love, 1 hate. I have 4 loves and 3 or 4 hates. But I will say that the loves outweigh the hates. I would buy it again. I just wish Shark would fix the hose problem because someone's going to get hurt. And by the way, we are going to do a video on cleaning the brush roll on our NV835.
So one thing we're going to put in a separate video with that cleaning is a more in-depth explanation of the removable brush roll and the tools. Long story short, the NV800 and the NV830 are 2 different series. The NV800s have both a built-in tool for cutting hair and a removable brush roll. The NV830 series, so that's the 30, 31, 35, their brush rolls do not remove and they do not come with a tool. They actually tell you to use a pair of scissors in that groove that the tool is used for on the NV800s. So there is a difference between the 800s and the 830 series, and we'll give you more information on that in that next video.
Watch out, don't hit your head. And then the top of the blade, which is what's gross.
She's probably wearing a mask.
Probably. Edge of the blade, the decoration, the metal part rather, of the blade. You said they're not that dirty. I could write my name on it. Alright, this is my laundry area. This is a little bonus footage. What I use to help me with laundry are these. And these bins, and I use them for sorting. I put the larger ones on top of my washer, and I put a medium tube right in front of my dryer. And what I do is when I open up my dryer and I'm pulling stuff out, if I have socks, I put socks in one bin, and if I find underwear or delicates, so to speak, I put them in the other bin. For larger items, maybe t-shirts that I'm going to fold, I'll put them in one of the two larger bins, and on the dryer I fold my towels, and you know, like I sort it before I hang it or fold it. The big one, if I don't feel like doing it, I just put all the clean clothes in here, and this one only holds clean clothes. But after I've done all my laundry, I put all the bins that I use back, and I put it down at the bottom of my laundry rack, and there you go.
Time.
You're not lit very well. Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, AZ1002 just had that ring to like AZ1000.
You eagle eye viewers out there, you may see the golden unicorn.
Speaking of unicorns, this is the wife cleaning. The last time we saw this was sometime back in the 90s.
That's not true.
Okay, early 2000s.
That's not true either. I just cleaned the ceiling blade yesterday.
Notice she said a ceiling blade.
Ceiling fan. Keeping it real here, folks. Yeah, it's not been cleaned in a while. It's really doesn't look good. I'm going to wipe the lens. Hopefully. That really doesn't like to stay on there.
Well, I didn't really put it on as correctly as I should have.
Bloopers!